Yes, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening and welcome all of you. Let me know where you're let me know where you're watching from. I guess you can hear me. Okay? Yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome. Who is here? Who is the first to come to class? Who is the first to come to class? Good evening. How was your day? Are you with your book and your pen to learn? Are you with your book? And I hope you have your questions because the beauty of this thing is actually questions. So tonight, have you also called your accountability partner? Have you also called your accountability partner? Have you also called your accountability partner? I can't see you now. Okay, so I'm trying to wait for our guests to come. Yes, good evening. We're winding. The first quarter is coming to an end. Who who is surprised? The first quarter is coming to an end, and we have made some progress, right? We have made some progress, right? What do you think? How has it been for you from January till now? Today's date is 26th. So we have like 3 more days, 3 more days to the end. How has the first quarter been for you? And what are your expectations for the second quarter? Can I see? I'm not seeing. Okay, I'm trying to check to be sure that. Please, can you hear me? Let me know before we start. Okay, you can. Okay. So I'm going to bring up our speaker for tonight because I'm sure that some of us have questions. Whoever knows Timmy, because Timmy was the person. I can't see Timmy here now. You know Timmy, call Timmy to come and be here and hear for herself because I know she was one of the persons that made me to go and start looking for a resource person. So I'm going to bring her up stage. Tonight we're looking at investing in foreign and local shares and everything that has to do with stock exchange and all of that. She's actually going to explain. She's a professional. And let me just add her. Let me just bring her up stage. Look, I've added you, but I can't see your face. It's black. Hello?
Hello, I'm here. I don't know why I can see you. I don't know if can you hear me? Please confirm you can. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay. Okay. Can you see me
Okay.
now?
Yes, we can see you. Welcome. Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening.
Okay, so before I sign off, before I exit the stage, I'll just like to briefly. I know I've posted your profile in our community, but I'll just want to remind them so that prepare everybody's heart so that you can learn and also ask your friends. Please, you know, I told you this is the year of money and the anointing. And I'm very serious. This is the year of money and the anointing. And so, for us to truly build lasting wealth, we need some form of education. It's very important. Udak, I hope everything is okay. Your video is kind of frozen. I don't know. Are you okay? I think it's the network. Let me remove you, and I think her video is frozen. So I'll bring her back. I think her video is hanging. So I'm going to read her profile, and you people have seen it. Please, I also want you to do your own to Google. Find out, Google Afri Invest. Afri Invest is actually an investment bank in Nigeria, just like you have Zenith Bank and the rest. And but you see, it's also global because of their social media, their digital products. So please, like I said, shares is not where you got, it's something you buy gradually. Which day I bought shares of, is it 3,000 naira? Do you understand? So it's something that you have to learn, and then you just start learning how to invest gradually. There are some shares that are like 3 naira. Very easy thing. You just start investing gradually. Do you get what I'm saying? So we're going to ask all the questions that we have. I don't know why the network has to behave or waiting for her. I don't know. I'm trying to send her a message so that she can come up. So I asked a question. I said, how was the first quarter for you in the inner circle? X-raying 3 months. How was it for you? Of course, I'm going to be requiring that you do a testimonial. You know why I want you to do a testimonial of the first quarter? We're going to do a testimonial every quarter. Why? It will push you, it will inspire you, and it will motivate you. So please, I would like you to just write about yourself, write about your entire being. How do you feel? How do you feel being in the inner circle for 3 months? For those of you that came in January, just the first quarter, how do you really feel? How do you feel, being in the inner circle? I'd like to start receiving that. Just text, type it and just send to me. You know why? It will also, it will also encourage me. It will motivate me to want to do more. Do you get? When you do that testimonial, you are actually giving me assignments to go and do. So I don't want anybody to say, I did not achieve anything. Honestly, if you say, I did not achieve anything, it's not true. It's not true. There's no way, if not, you would have come to tell me, I'm not achieving anything. This inner circle is not what I envisaged. Do you get? But if truly you have been impacted, I'd like you to do me. Do we have a deal? Do we have a deal? Deal or no deal? Okay, she's here now. Deal or no deal? I don't know whether it's her network or it cannot be my network. Hello, Udak. Hello? He- Hello? Father Lord, every network, every spirit not allowing this network to work now, we cast you out. Udak, can you hear us? Yeah. Oh, network. Oh. Hello. I don't know whether you need to switch. Hello? Network is terrible. Ah, can you hear me? Udwa, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well now. I'm so sorry. There must have been some network challenge. I've tried to move the Wi-Fi to somewhere else. So I hope this I don't get interrupted again.
Okay, so this is fine. So like I said, I think we'll just go straight into. So Udak is actually a senior associate. She is a professional stockbroker. She's a portfolio manager. I'm just reading out. And in fact, the grammar here is big. She's actually an associate chartered for securities and investment UK, Institute of Chartered Stockbrokers, licensed and authorized dealing clerk, all of those big financial grammars. But tonight she's here to actually speak to us on investing in local and foreign shares and every other thing that has to do with stockbroking, ETFs, and all of that. Please, you people have been bombarding me with questions in the community. I'm not a financial consultant. I'm just a mentor. So I'm actually going to exit the stage now. I want you to put your hands together as I make welcome Udak as she speaks to us tonight. Thank you so much. I'm exiting the stage now, and the next voice you shall be hearing is Udak's.
Okay, everyone, good evening. And for those of you probably not in the country, like I hear she has audiences outside of Nigeria. So if you're in Canada, it's probably good day. My name is Udak Nelson. As she has introduced, I work with African Securities Limited. Please, I hope I am audible enough to everyone to hear me. Maybe confirm with an emoji that you can hear me so I know that I'm not talking to myself. Or the host can confirm she can hear me. Okay. For today, I was asked to speak about on stocks in general. Let me start somewhere. Someone said, okay, I'm sure a few of us have owned shares. We probably have bought shares with our money. Some of us may have been opportune to have our parents have bought shares for us when we were smaller, or somebody would have bought shares for you, maybe as a gift, or trying to introduce you to the investment cycle. So I'm sure maybe stocks are not too new for some people, apparently. So this brings us to why we need to learn about stocks or investing in the stock market. Some people ask, maybe let me bring it down to a definition first. For those of them who don't have an idea what stocks are. Stocks are being a part owner of a company. Every listed company in Nigeria on the stock exchange have some quantity of shares that is open to the investing public to buy, either because they want to be globally seen or recognized, like the likes of NBL, the likes of Dangote, cement, sugar, the likes of Nestle. Those are multinational companies. So they have some quantity that is for the board itself to own, and some quantity is for the investing public, either to raise funds for expansion of production, maybe expanding brand, like location, then also to raise
Sorry.
money, to boost their
Hello,
production.
hello, Udwak. There's a noise from your
So
end. Hello. There's
hello.
actually yes, there's a noise from your end. I don't know
Okay.
whether there's another
So
device.
because of that, they come up with the shares and they buy into their shares, and it boosts their production, it boosts their expansion in different ramifications wherever
Hello,
that they need
hello,
money
Udwak.
or they
Hello,
Can you hear
Udak.
me? I can hear you
Yes,
very
I said
well.
there's another sound from your end. I don't know whether there's a device or television or something that is on. So it's interfering with what you're saying. So it's like we're
Okay.
hearing. Yes, I don't know.
Oh, I'm so
Maybe
sorry. I've
there's this.
muted it.
Okay.
Can you hear it again? Okay, so I've muted that. Okay, so so I was trying to talk about why companies come out to buy to sell their shares to the investing public. So these are the shares that we go and buy. They come out as IPOs, meaning initial public offer. Some of them come out as listing by introduction. For example, in 2 years ago, MTN came into the public and sold their shares to the investing public. It wasn't the first time MTN came into the space, but they were reintroducing their stocks to the public to buy it again. So they were trying to raise money for expansion. So sometimes it could be an initial public offer, like would say 8 years ago, we had the likes of the banks listing as often as possible. GTB, Zenith Bank. Like when I was in university, I remember that a few companies listed were buying it from the banks then. Then I didn't really I didn't really understand stocks that much, but more like I saw it like investing. My sister was working in a bank and she kept on saying, come and buy the stock. Stop using your money to buy shares, to buy shoes. Stop using your money to buy handbag. Begin to learn how to invest. Begin to put your money aside for future purpose. And then our little 5,000 naira, we brought it out and we bought GTB, we bought Zenith, and all of that. So years down the line, I got into a stockbroking firm, and I now understood the worth of my current shares. So investing in stocks is actually a form of diversification of investment. So it allows you, to put some money away, maybe for future purposes, maybe for retirement purposes, whatever the purpose is, for diversification, for even um the asset classes, maybe like not putting all your money in your business, not putting all your money in buying property for liquidity's sake. And the advantage of the stock market is that it gives you a high return for a short period of time. You can't imagine how much you can make in a short period of time. So buying stocks actually is being a part owner of a company, being that whatever the company declares at the end of the year, you are entitled to some benefits, some dividends. Let me not use the word benefits. Some dividends are being paid to part owners of a company. So if you want to ask about, okay, why the stock market, let me give you a brief summary of the stock market. In 2023, when there was a change in power, the new government, the Tinubu government came in and took over. There was a turnaround in the stock market. Normally, this happens every time there's a new change in government. Investors come into the market believing that the market is what's coming into. Let us, come in. The policies probably this government will bring out may favor, investing in stock market and the likes of them. But something really happened. The market took a different turn. The market went by the end of the last quarter of 2023, the market was up by 45.9%, something that has not happened in recent times. Up to the point that Nigerian stock market has been named the most it has been named that it's been named the most profitable stock market to go in, most performing stock market to come in. The market has peaked in such a way that it has outweighed itself. It has it has um it has given returns way above inflation. Inflation is at about 31 point something percent. In the stock market, in 3 days, 4 days, in 1 month, you can make above 30%. Trust me. So if you look at coming into the stock market, like I always would tell people, some people do, for example, some people come in and do osusu. You contribute money every month, that at the end of the month you will collect it. And towards the end of the month, suddenly, probably the person who is collecting has a problem. You can't get through to the person. Probably the person runs away. for God forbid the person dies, one thing or the other, do you know that the money is gone? But with the stock market, it's been standardized. You don't have to worry about who is disappearing with my money. Do we need to follow the person? What if the person has jackpot with everybody's money? With the stock market, you're not interfacing with someone. You're interfacing with a system that pays you your money, with or without even people disappearing or not disappearing. So you're not worried about it. We call it, it's highly liquid. It's a market that is very liquid. In 3 days, you don't need to find a buyer. For example, if you carry that money and bought a land and say, okay, I want to sell this money, okay, for example, you say, okay, I bought a land and I need that money, to maybe acquire something, or I need to travel and you need money. So you want to sell that land. Trust me, you're stuck with that land for as long as possible. You or 4 days. But the stock market, you can sell that stock that same day and in 3 or whatever target you were trying to achieve. So the stock market is a very liquid market. It's a market that gives you a high return for a short period of time if you invest wisely. Then this takes me to the point that I want to talk about people who do bandwagon trading or investing. This is not a time anymore where people buy stocks and go and sleep and say, okay, my friend said in the office that they were buying, maybe let's say, for example, I'm not, don't quote me, I'm not trying to say that stock is bad though, but I'm just trying to say, for example, okay, maybe people say, my friend bought PZ, my friend bought GSK, so I want to join them and buy GSK. You need to read about the performance of GSK. Is GSK returning back returns? Is their PAT worth the trouble? Their profit after tax and profit before tax? What is the revenue of GSK? Why will I put my money? Are they trying to expand? Are they patronizing them that much? So when you have to consider, you read about a company before you go into it. No longer bandwagon investing. Read about it. In the news every day, in Arise News, you have the stock market reports every day. You have so much, you from Channels News, you have all the news reports, stock markets for you, the daily price, the ones that have gone up, the ones that have lost, the ones that are just maybe not moving, maybe would say that they are on, maybe there's no activity in them. You get all of that from the market. And another one is that if you also register yourself as a stockbroking firm, you'll be able to get their daily reports, their research reports as a guide that will tell you, okay, these are the companies that that traded well this today, because it's a daily report. They call them the gainers and the losers. So you have an idea, okay, this company is performing well, let me put my money here, and the money will give me a good return over a period of time. So I'll now come to maybe talking about a length of time to consider investing in stock market. Please, and please, if you're a newbie in the stock market, you must give yourself some time. You must give yourself a 6 to 12 months. I always tell everybody, because one, the market, sometimes you may buy stocks today and tomorrow morning it starts going down. That does not mean that that stock is not it, or you shouldn't even invest in it. That means just watch, give it some time. A stock may dip, and the next thing you have, the stock starts going up and going up and going up. You probably would have lost courage and felt, oh, because it dropped down, because I put in 5,000 naira, and then looking at it 3 days after, my money has dropped down to maybe 2.5. Let me sell off. You can hold on, give yourself 6 months, interval, 6 to 12 months. Watch the performance of the market. You may sometimes, have a basket, maybe we call it a portfolio. You pick a few stocks and put in it. Sometimes some stocks, dip, and while some go really high, so they carry the risk of the market. the rest of them in the basket. But on interval, we ask that you do portfolio rebalancing. Look at your portfolio. The ones that are doing very well, you leave those ones. The ones that are not doing too well, you may decide, okay, let me sell this one and buy more of these ones that are doing well, just to maximize your losses. I mean, to reduce your losses, So you really have to. I want to encourage everyone who wants to come into the stock market to try to read. Just try and spare some time. There's this saying that says, where your money is where your heart is. Please, you need to try to read. You need to ask questions, seek professional advices if you may consider, going real big time. You need to look out for company reports, research reports about companies. If you go to a stockbroking firm, there are research guys in all stockbroking firms, so they will help you. The reports, daily reports, gives you a guide on what to do on your decision making. The price list gives you a guide on what the prices are. Most times we advise people when the market goes down, it's always the best time to buy stock, not when the price is going up. Some people like to say, oh, the price went up today, price is going up tomorrow, we'll buy when it is high. No, because definitely that stock will drop at some point in time. But whenever the market drops, that is the best time to buy. I want to now talk about the types of investors. There are two types of investors in the capital market. They are the passive investors and they are the active investors. Who are the passive investors? Those ones who say, okay, let me buy for future purpose. Let me buy and keep for my retirement. Let me buy and keep later. Put some money in the stock market and leave it there and go for 5 years thereabout. I don't want to look at it. It's for the future. It's maybe my retirement package. Maybe because you're looking at the dividends you make from this stocks you have bought. It's a good way to think. You just don't want to go through the hassles of the rise and fall of prices daily. But another thing you must consider when you are a passive investor, you must do periodical check on your portfolio. You must look at it and see which of them are performing well, which of them are not performing well. Where do I need to sell some? Those ones are not performing well, and look into another, sector or another set of stocks that can continue, that keep that portfolio afloat. So that is it. So you mustn't just buy and walk away and say, okay, I've gotten dividends or I get dividends at the end of the year, so I couldn't be bothered. No, it's not a good approach. Even if you're a passive investor, we call it passive investors, those who just buy and keep for future purposes or for dividend sake. But the active investors are the ones who make money every day, and that is where I want to encourage all women, no matter how small, because in the stock market you don't have a limit amount to come into the stock market. You can come into the stock market with at least like 1,000 naira. The money you have used in buying maybe a fancy ring, earring, and all of that, you can learn to save and keep it aside and say, okay, let me start an investment culture. That should be like an approach towards your 2024. Like I said to myself, I want to be intentional about saving this year. I want to go an extra mile. I work in a stockbroking firm. A lot of us, you look at that, you think, okay, we are exposed to that, we'll have so much. No, some people don't. We work here, I'll give you so much advice, and you say, and I won't probably even buy stocks that much like you would think. But you need to be intentional. You need to learn other ways to make money. You must use money to make money. You must spend money to make money. So if you cut some excesses on expenses and say, okay, let me try. They said 1,000 naira. Start little. Learn how to trade in the stock atmosphere. Learn to start little by little and grow your interest till you are good with the stock market. Nobody's perfect. The stock market does not have a crystal ball to say that this is how it will go till tomorrow, or in 2 months' time, this is how the trend will be. No, there is no guarantee in the stock market. There is no limit also in the stock market that the market will get to this point. Nobody can predict it, but the market can outweigh itself. It's a market of quick gain. It's a market of quick money. So that's where the active investors come in. They buy today, they see the market dropping, and they now put their money in. And next tomorrow, the price of that stock starts growing. You watch it every day. It added 50 kobo. The next day, another 50 kobo, another day, maybe 1 naira 45 kobo. Your money is growing. You're watching it in your eye. And don't be too greedy about it and say, that stock must reach 100 naira before I sell. When you get to a comfortable position that you've seen you made some money, you can sell it off and pull out the money and look for another stock to put it in and buy again. So that's the fun about it. Trust me, if you start stock market, you probably not do any other thing else. You would so enjoy it and have fun because it's an atmosphere where you see your money. You make your money. You're not quarreling with anybody to get your money back. You're not fighting with anyone. It's my season, it's my turn, pay me my money, and the person is not answering your phone call. Probably the person has barred your call and all of that. So you begin to make money. I'll bring a typical example myself again to you guys. um 2 weeks ago, about 2.5 weeks ago, I had some money, that has been in my account. Like some of us like to see our account balance. We like to see the digits in there. Every day we'll be sure that, okay, that money is breathing. But trust me, do you know that at the end of the month, they don't give you don't make money. You have more debit than credit from the banks. So I've looked at this money. This money has been there and doing nothing. I remember vividly every day, month end, I remember that I get so debit. Like Zenith Bank, you get a maintenance levy, you get all sorts of, and month end, they will still charge you the same maintenance levy and all of that. You can't question anyone. They are deducted from source. We can't, except you want to go back to the bank to make drama, which are fruitless efforts. So I said, okay, let me go. I wanted to put the money in savings bond, which is a fixed income product that I'm sure that in 2 years I will earn a particular percentage for a length of time for 2 years. You don't grow, for me, you don't grow money quick in that manner. So I withdrew the money, transferred the money to my brokerage account, and I said, okay, let me buy FGM bond, which was first week of March. But something held me back, and I was attending to one of our clients in the office, and I looked at the market and I noticed that MTN had dropped down to as low as 183 naira. And I said, if I were to put that money in a fixed income product for 6 months, I calculated what I would make. If I were to put that money for federal government savings bond for 2 years, the shortest tenure, I calculated what I would make. But if I put this money in MTN, I'm sure that MTN at 183 would definitely hit 200 naira before 2 years, which is the minimum tenure of federal government savings bond. And in less than 6 months, MTN will hit 200 naira if I were to go to a fixed income product. So I took a chance and I said, no, let me put this money in MTN. You won't believe what happened. By the next day, the next trading day, MTN went to 185. 2 days after I looked at it, MTN went to, I think it was 190. I laughed. After that, it was less than 1 week. MTN was already at 255. How much did I make? From 183 naira to 255 naira for 1 unit? How much did I make? I was so excited with myself. I sold the MTN. I pulled out the principal that I put, plus the price appreciation I got, and now went to sit in the fixed income space. Now I don't only, note that I didn't only go now with the initial principal I came from the bank. I had price appreciation. So if you also, would think like me, I said, putting this money and making a guaranteed income for this length of time, it wasn't really exciting for me. You must be ready to take risks. Stock market is risk. Your level of risk is involved. What risk will you take? So you must look at the market, look at the companies that you know that, see, before this company will collapse, this company will not wake up tomorrow morning and go down. Dangote Cement will not wake up tomorrow morning and crash, except the Nigerian government decides to just probably end it up. But of course, it's in good terms with the government, so of course, Dangote Cement will go down. So you must look at the stocks listed on the exchange, and if you need professional advice, seek professional advice and look at it and take a decision. Wherever the market has dropped down, put your money in. If you want dividends, you can wait for dividends and make money. You make dividends, you hold on to that, and still leave the money in that particular stock till it rises back up and you sell. So you make dividends, you make price appreciation. So the stock market is very exciting. If only you put a little bit of interest in it, you would enjoy it. And in a short space of time, You'll be doubling money like no man business. Just if you decide to say, okay, let me start with 5,000. 5,000, you can eat shawarma with 5,000, and maybe probably two wraps of shawarma, maybe one in the morning, one in the evening. But you put it in there and start learning how to trade. You would see that you make an amazing return in a short period of time. By the time you sell that stock, you plow the money back in, you go into another stock, you can turn triple that 5,000 naira. By the time you know what's happening, you have 15,000 naira. So you keep putting it in, maybe by then your interest has built up to a certain level. So you keep putting in some more money and you keep making more money. Because it's a game of numbers. So the more you need to have, the more appreciation you would have, or the return on investment you will have. Because if you have 5,000 units of a particular stock, for example, maybe if we say Nestle paid 30 naira last year as its dividend. If you have 5,000 units of Nestle, and if you were to grow your money and buy more units of Nestle, and probably you're able to amass up to probably 100,000, that is a lot of money as dividend payment. That's a lot of money. You can actually say, my dividends, we have clients that live off their dividends in 1 year. There are clients that make dividends well over 10 million and more. Just dividend. We're not talking about the money in the stocks. They use those dividend money. There are some who plan their vacations on dividend payments. So there's a lot to gain in the stock market. There's a lot to gain in the stock market. So how do you come into a stock market? You must actually go to a stockbroking firm. You must go and create an account. 1,000 naira starts with that. In a short while, you can't imagine how much you make. In a short while, you can't imagine how much you make. We have what we call, in AfriInvest, we have what we call the app. It's a self app. You can take yourself on a journey. You don't need somebody to teach you much. I'm even there if you need me. I'm sure the host will share my contact if anybody needs professional advice, to speak with. So you can download the app, create your account, and you have a CSCS where your shares are quoted on or listed on. So you can now start beginning to buy shares, 5,000, 1,000. You start somewhere. Look at yourself by December 31st. Let's see if you'll be at the same seat you were once today's date, March 26th. You can't be at the same seat. You'd have probably, I'm sure maybe a lot of you will be coming back to have a master class to tell her what you have done for yourself, the impressive returns you have made from the stock market. So I want to speak briefly on benefits of investing in stock. Like I said earlier, the benefits are enormous. You must diversification of your wealth. You can't put all your money in buying properties. When you need quick money, you don't ever get it from properties. Please don't say I said you shouldn't buy properties. You can buy properties. You can buy land, but when you need money for something, your go-to money quickly for something, you need to have to wait. Sometimes we sell our land or our property at a lower value because of the urgency of that need. With stock market, you sell in 3 days, you get your money quick. Then you look at investment gains from what the price appreciation. You make money all year round. Then in a short time of liquidity sake, in a short space of time that you invest in stocks, you can make so much money in 1 month. You can make it in 2 weeks. You can make it in 3 days, depending on the stock you're putting your money in. So I don't want to I want to sit back and answer a lot of questions so that I don't bore people with so much talk and they say she's been talking and talking. So I think we will learn better when you ask me questions and I'm able to dissect a question and give us answers to those questions. So I think we'll learn better in that way. So over to you, the host.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope we have learned. I can see people here. I hope we have learned so much. So now it's time for questions. I know you have some questions and then some terminologies, just in case that you do not understand some terminologies, please, you can ask her. So who is asking questions first? Suppose that you should have written your questions. I'm going to ask mine while I'm waiting for other questions. So what are ETFs, and can you explain ETFs to us? I've heard about, I wrote it down, I've heard about VOO, I've heard about ETFs. So can you please explain what they are to us so that we understand? Yes.
Okay, ETFs are exchange traded funds. For example, we have a few of them listed on the in the stock market, in the capital market. We have New Gold. New Gold is from South Africa. It's very expensive. It's quite expensive. They are exchange traded, you know, funds. A fund is a pool of is a basket of products, put together. And instead of investing directly in gold, do you understand? Not investing directly in gold, it has something that can, let me use the word, cushion it so you're not exposed to gold directly, the amount, so you're rather buying the package, which I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for us, let me leave it there first. But it's exchange traded funds. Let me not outweigh us with some terminologies. They're exchange traded funds. So instead of investing in gold directly, you can invest in new gold. So it's just to cushion the amount you'd have used to buy one. It will allow you. It subsidizes the amount, more like it.
Okay. Okay. So it's also what anyone can invest in, and it's actually if someone wants to also diversify, yeah. I'm sure that one, the one you
Yes,
mentioned, is not the only ETF.
that's not the only ETF. There are a number of ETFs, but ETFs are not so cheap. They are
Oh,
not so cheap. Like New Gold is about this last for 23,000 a unit or 17,000. They move in that package. They move in 500 to 1,000. So
okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but people
So
are
I
buying. People are trading it daily. But you may not have so much money to buy like maybe 100,000 units, except you're a cooperative or a company to buy that kind of quantity. But people trade it actually daily.
okay. So let's talk about the app. What's the name of the app again? Someone is asking the name of the app. Someone is
Afri
asking the name of
Investor
the app.
2.0. Okay, it's called Afri Investor 2.0. If you go
Okay,
to your
Afri
Play Store,
Invest.
you
I need to
Afri
write it
Investor,
here.
F R
Yes. Can
I
somebody
N
sorry. Please spell FRIN. Mm-hmm.
FRINVESTOR. Afri
Mm.
Investor 2.0.
Afri Invest.
Please
Okay, I've
ensure
just
it's the
typed it.
one with
So
the 2.0. Yes, please.
Afri Investor 2.0. I guess this is it. Afri Investor 2.0. Okay. Okay, so fine.
Yes.
So I want to ask another
It's both on
question.
the Android and Google. Okay.
Okay, so I want to ask another question. I think I read it. I even have a referral code. There's something like a referral code. So I want to also ask a question. For shares. Please, I'm waiting for your questions so before we shut down. Ask your questions. Don't come and ask me. So I want to find out for shares. Now, I know there are shares that are 3 naira, there are shares that are 10 naira for especially local shares. For someone, can someone also use the Afri Investor app to buy foreign shares like the Facebooks, like the Teslas, like the Apple, and all of that?
Okay. What we're actually we're still in communication with SEC. We want to launch a platform where you can buy foreign stocks. Right now, we don't have a platform you can buy directly. We are still in talks with SEC. We are still waiting for all the approvals to come in so that we can now launch that platform you can buy the foreign stocks from, directly from Nigeria, whichever stock markets in the world you want to. So we are right now we haven't launched that, but there are platforms already. I don't know. I see
Like
about
bamboo.
Bamboo and all of that.
Yes, bamboo.
Yes, I
Yes,
see
yes.
about
I
Bamboo,
think.
but I don't know if, yeah. But I don't know how safe it is because I don't work with them yet. So I can't. I'm not going to talk about it because I can't defend anything from there.
Okay, it's fine. Okay. So somebody
Yeah.
is asking a
But for the Afro
question.
investor, but for the Afro investor, you can buy all Nigerian listed stocks on it,
Okay,
whatever amount
fine.
you want in zero, in 5 kobo, up so far the stock is tradable, is listed.
Okay, somebody is asking how do they sell their shares? Is it very easy to sell? How do we sell our shares? I don't know what kind of. So maybe you respond to this question.
Oh, the
If
same
there's
way you buy is the same way you sell on the app. Okay. Is it for the the Nigerian listed stocks? If it's for the
it
Nigerian
will be.
listed stocks, the same
Mm,
to buy via the app is the same way you sell. When you sign up on the app needs your BVN. So you populate your BVN, it will the prompt will come up. It's very easy, to set up your account on it. So once you do all of that, there will be 2-3 days for CSCS because CSCS has to create an account for it that will warehouse all your shares that will be listed. After which you will see where invest in equities in the app. I wish I could maybe next time I'll probably have to come up with a video that I can share on this platform for everyone. You will see buy and you see sell. So far you have bought a stock, if it's listed, even if you have 10 stocks listed, when you click the sell, you can pick for example, you say Airtel. If you had bought Airtel, you see the Airtel maybe 50 or 1,000 units. You can click to sell three units of Airtel if that's what you want to sell. You can sell at a limit price or you can sell at a market price. Market price meaning whatever at that moment the price of Airtel it would go. But if it's at a limit price, you say okay, the stock closed at maybe 1,300 today. I don't want to sell anything below 1,300. So you can put the limit and specify the amount you want to sell it at. It will stay in the system. Once there's somebody who is willing to buy it at 1,003, it will cross itself like this. It will sell for you and you have the money credited to your account. But it's credited to your app. You see it in the app, but in equities is an investment of T+3, meaning trading day plus 3 days. That's when the money settles and you can have the money. You don't sell today and get money in equities. No, you sell. It's called trading day T+3, trading day plus 3 days. That's when you can have the money. But the sell has already gone on. So in 3 days the money will be available to hit your account from CSCS.
okay. So I think the first thing will be to actually download the AfriInvest app. It does not bite. Just download it. I have it on my phone. I downloaded it and I went through the instructions. So probably what right after these classes, I will just find out who are those that want to start investing in shares. Today is 26th. We're starting 1st of April. Who are those? Even if it is 2,000 naira shares you want to try, risk that 2,000 naira. Let's even see. So what I will do, Timmy, you are here. Timmy, you're going to create a WhatsApp group. Everybody that wants to learn about shares, we're going to take it deeper. We're going to do a tutorial on how to use the app. Udak, you see how I am enriching your company. We're going to do a tutorial how we're going to use the app and everything, and we will get started. If I'm hanging, I will call
Mama, let me
her.
say something. Mama, let me say something. Yeah. You said something. Yeah. I want to encourage all these women on this platform to start
Yes.
something. Today is 26th December, and let's look at 26th December. Like a testimony call at the end of the year. Let's see if we will have people who will come and tell a story at the end of the year that they started and this is where they are, and they tell us their journey in stock market. That may be exciting to look up to.
That okay. So I don't understand. Somebody is asking a question. Cynthia, I don't understand. On AfriInvest, can we see old shares bought and follow up on it? When you say old shares, please explain.
Yeah.
Are you talking about shares that people bought in 1980? I don't know the old shares you're talking about. Can we see old shares bought and follow up on it? Can you please explain, Cynthia? Because your question is not clear. Your question is not clear. So maybe you need to rephrase your question again. I wish I could send you the link for you to come up and ask the question. If I could send you the link, you just come up here. I can bring you up and you ask the question. Is that okay? Would you want to speak or you can type? Which one so that I will know? If you're ready, I can send you the
Okay,
link. You
further,
know.
further to her question,
Okay.
I
Okay,
might
look,
have an
see
idea.
what she's asking. See what she's asking. I bought some while I was in school. Okay, so look, this is what she's asking. I
Mhm.
bought some while I was in school. Good.
Okay. Yes, I had an idea. I thought towards that line that's what she was asking about. Not on Afri Investor app. You won't see what you bought because this is an app you just created. So the app won't know your 10 years past life, what happened, But what can happen is that we can help you find those shares you bought years ago. There's what we call a global search. With your name, if you are now married, you let us know the name you bought those shares or your parents bought them for you, back then. And we send it to CSCS. CSCS does a search with that name, that set of names, and they will tell us, it will show what was bought for you. If it was your father that bought it, what he had bought for you in those names. So anybody who owns shares, don't worry, your shares are not lost, except the companies had closed down, had wounded down, and they no longer exist. Even when they no longer exist, CSCS will give you a statement that shows what you had. But now we will now let you know that these companies no longer exist. These companies are shut down or something. For example, companies like a Dangote Flour, if you had bought Dangote Flour back then, Dangote Flour is no longer in existence. But CSCS will give you a search and a statement showing that you had Dangote Flour, this number of units, you know. But we will now let you know that this company had closed down, so you can't lay claim to that anymore.
Okay.
So,
So I
but if
want
the
to find
companies are still alive, your money, you can still see them and you can still get those shares today.
okay. So I want to find out because you're talking about getting a professional stockbroker. What if some persons here would want to consult you for your services? I'm sure that you're a stockbroker, or what do we do? Because I'm sure some of them have a lot of questions. Is it part of your job? Is it part of your service?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I'm a licensed stockbroker. My primary assignment is stockbroking.
okay, fine. Okay, so we're in safe hands. So you all can hear right now. So you all can hear now. So she can actually help you whether a process of search. So go and get all those your documents or whatever it is using buying the stock those days. So we can actually retrieve them. Okay, any more questions? In the absence of any question, any more
No,
questions?
I have something else I have something else also I want to say. I can see a lot of people in your comment section saying, aha, I get it, yes, so I will surely testify. And I bought some shares when I was back then. I think that means she bought some shares. Okay, whatever. For those of you who bought shares, your father bought them, your mother bought them, you bought them back then, you bought them, 5, 10 years ago. You're entitled to dividends. Your dividends are not
Hmm.
lost. You can also lay claim to your dividend. So whatever, so far the stock is still in existence, the company is still in existence, you can lay claim to the shares, even if they're in your maiden name, or you can't even, but so far you can remember the name when they bought the shares for you, you can bring it up. The dividends that were given for those shares for the past how many years, you can still claim those shares. You can still
Hmm.
claim those monies. They can pay them to you. So you also need to let us know that, okay, this shares was bought so number of years, and you can claim those monies too. So those are monies that can just come your way, you know, uh, just like that. Money that you thought you had forgotten about. And maybe I can share a quick story too. I had a client, who moved out of the country for some years, and he came back after some years, when we started pursuing outstanding dividends claims. You won't believe me that the man made up to 5 million naira. in
Wow.
dividend claims, more than 5 million naira, because he moved out of Nigeria and has been living abroad. And he didn't even come to Nigeria to claim it. He had to fill some forms, send them to the bank, and all of that. He laid claim. And what did he say? He said, "Thank you, God bless you." He laid claims to all 90% of the outstanding dividends. And this was money he had no idea. He had forgotten, and maybe because by virtue of leaving Nigeria completely, going abroad, of course, then back then there were hard copy dividend slips that were sent to us,
Yes,
delivered
hard
at your
copy.
house gate and all of it.
Yes,
And
yes.
maybe you move from one house to another house, or some people said they had their house burnt,
Mm,
they lost their properties, they lost their files, they lost, documents and all of that. So far, those names, you are still bearing the name. It's in your maiden name. You have an identification that, okay, I used to be Udak John. I am now Udak Peter by virtue of marriage. If you present all those things to registrars, they will credit your account.
wow.
So far, you
Amazing.
satisfied all the documentation that is needed, all your change of name documentation, and they are satisfied. You would sit down. Some of them, they come from, once you start processing, they come 2 weeks to 1 month. So far, you satisfied all that they've requested from you, you in 1 month. Some will tell you in 1 month, some will say in 2 weeks time. You just sit and start seeing maybe Zenith div money is hitting your account. Like, you just be getting alert and you shout to say, what? For example, I'm using
Wow.
Zenith Bank. You say, what? Money will just come to your account, like, wow, for the number of years.
Wow.
So you haven't lost
Wow.
anything. And also, most important, let me also mention, for parents who are deceased, we can lay
Mm,
claims to the holdings, both shares and dividend. You can lay claim. The only problem for disease is that there must be a letter of administration. That is the most important document that is needed. Was there a will? Is there a letter of administration stating this man owned or this woman owned this and that? And who is the executor of the estate? Are you mentioned in it? So if you're not mentioned, maybe your senior brother, your senior sister, or whoever was mentioned in it, it's that person that the registrars will deal with. So it could be for the family. Maybe you had siblings, you're 4, 5, and your eldest brother was one that was mentioned in it. You can bring him down, or you can, relate with him, and you can do the connection. You can lay the claims and share the money for the entire family members who are supposed to benefit from it. So it is not
wow.
lost. Even the
Thank you
shares
so much.
can move to whoever was to be passed on to.
Hmm.
The only
Thank
thing
you
with
so much.
registrars is that you
Mm,
must supply the documents that they need. If you're able to supply the documents that they need, you can get it.
wow. Okay, so this question is can I buy shares for myself and say three of my children at the same time? For you to buy shares for your kids. How does that work, especially if the children are mine?
Okay, for the Afro
They will
Investor
not
app,
have BVN
it is
address.
it
Yes.
is for the Afro Investor app, it's tied to your BVN. So you can't create an account and have children yet in it. But we create a back office account for the children because they are minor and they use one person's BVN. So you could have 3, 4, 5 children, and those 5 are linked to your BVN. So it's going to be it's an AI product. So it's not going to recognize all three. So you, the main account holder, can have it in your account. If these children have phones, you can create it with their phone. But since these children may not have phones, we'll create a back office and it will give you an online access. So you can go to Afro Investor, the online access. We have both the app access, we have the online access. So the online access, you can still trade everything you do on the app, you can do it on the online access. So you can create those 3 accounts for those 3 children. You can buy shares for those 3 accounts individually, and that is it. They can even debit from your account and say, you can say, okay, I want to move this money. You can transfer from your app to those 3 accounts because you view them from the online access and buy the shares. You would have access to those accounts. You buy the shares and put as you so desire. Please note this Afri investor is not 2I, 1I, please, so that people don't confuse it.
Okay, 1I, Afri investor. Okay, so
1I,
so
please,
that means the okay, 1I. Okay.
not
Okay.
2I.
Okay. Afri investor. Okay, so I think we've heard it. You can buy your children's name with the, you say it's offline, online. There's something you called it.
Online access, online
Online
access.
access. So
We can, yes. You if the link is just www.afriinvestor.com. Create an account from there.
okay. Okay, fine.
So
Then
that's the web
somebody,
view. That's the web.
okay, so Udak, what you do after you just send me this link, send me the link. After just send it to me on WhatsApp. So what if the shares
Okay,
wasn't bought in my name? My father had shares with Cadbury. He's late, but it was bought in his name. Can it be recovered?
yes. Who is the next of kin? That's what we'll come to. Who is the administrator of your father's estate? That is the person the registrars will be relating with. So there must be someone who was who is supposed to handle the estate. Even if your father is deceased, we can they'll relate to the administrator.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
didn't have a will, then you have to go to the probate to get one done.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. We want to say a very big thank you. They're saying this is superb, revelational. And that's why I say, sometimes we just hear a lot of stories about shares. Oh, Nigeria don't have the, oh, this, we just hear a lot of stories and without getting real information about what is happening. So we've seen now that this is nice, that 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, instead of to waste it in toilets, you carry it and put somewhere, put somewhere. Like she said, if you want to really go in depth into this, you want to be an active investor, you want to sell, so it's something that you need to pay more attention, and it's something you can do from the comfort of your home. You can decide to say, oh, in 3 months I want to build up. You just be buying 2,000, 2,000. You just be buying small. If you don't want to carry 1 million naira and put in it at once, and before start learning, by the time you sell, you make profit. You know what it means for you to get 3 naira? Okay, no, you said 30 naira on 1 unit. Let's say you have 2,000 units, 30 naira times 2,000 or 30,000, 30 naira times 5,000. Let's say you have 5,000 units, and then shebi is dividend would like 30 naira, be you say 30 naira,
Yeah, that's
or maybe the thing
next
is,
last year, 30 naira.
oh, so you
That
make money
payment
from
was 8 naira.
so you make money from dividends. That's dividend, the one the company will pay you, because I'm sure it's not every company that pays dividend, Uduak, right? I'm not sure it's every company that pays dividend
No,
when
no,
they
no, no.
make.
Not every company pays dividends. Yes, not every company. They are not compelled to pay. Some may say they're doing retained earnings. That is, instead of paying, they put more money into
Into
the company and boost their production, and that also now takes the company price up. So in companies that do retain earnings, the share price rises. So you have more price
yeah.
appreciation on such stocks.
Yes, yes. So we want to say a very big thank you. Thank you so much. So like I said, the link you just mentioned, can you just please kindly send to me? Kindly send to me on
Yes, I've got one with you. I shared one with you on WhatsApp. I shared the online the web view where you can create your account. Then the app for everyone who is creating for themselves. You should use the Afri Investor 2.0.
okay.
If you're creating for yourself,
Can you please share the Afri Investor? Is this something you're able to share with me on WhatsApp, just so that I don't miss it? Do I have it? So there's this question I'm seeing here. I will surely watch again.
I
I
have
bought
written.
shares. I bought shares from Intercontinental Bank. Intercontinental Bank no longer exists. I'm not sure that bank is still alive. So can I
She has
recover
shares in
in?
Access Bank today. She has shares in Access Bank. She's a shareholder of
Oh,
Access Bank. It's not
oh, okay. So it can be recovered.
everyone who bought in Oceanic. For everyone who bought in Oceanic, they are shareholders of EcoBank.
Wow.
Everyone who bought in Intercontinental are shareholders of Access. Everyone who bought in Standard Trust, yes, Standard Trust Bank before UBA, they are shareholders in UBA.
Wow. Oh my God, this is so much
So
information. I
just
hope
just reach out to me and let me have your name.
yes,
Reach
yes,
out
we
to me, let
will.
me have your name, and let me know names that you bought shares. We can get you what you have as of today, and
Wow.
the what you will
Thank
now know the what of what you have as of today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Udak. In fact, today, one person had reached out to me. Please, ma'am, we want her to come and speak to Udak. They'll be dragging you to come and speak in circles. But thank you so much for tonight. We do not take it for granted. Surely we're going to pull a lot of clients to you. We've seen your face. The reason why sometimes most women do not want to do some of this business online because anything digital, they say there's fraud. Anything online. I beg anything online. I want to see the person. And that's why I wanted you to come so that they will see your face. Maybe you people believe now. They will see your face and know that they are dealing with a real human being. And you know the good thing, Udwak is even in Port Harcourt. Oh, so you see, she's even, I was shocked. I thought I was talking to her. I thought she was even in Lagos. She's even in Port Harcourt. So, and so those of you that are in the UK, those of you that are in Canada, those of you that are in the US, those of you that in Australia, wherever you are, me too, I'm in Port Harcourt. So I will see her flesh and blood and hold her hand, okay? So it's very important for you to know that the world has moved past just putting money in the bank. We're in a digital space now, and we must leverage technology, in everything that we do. With the Afri Investor app, it was just on my app. I just stayed and I bought shares. I just buy it like this, bam, bam, I bought it. I will see my email, see everything. I'm still navigating it or learning, but you know how you engage something the first time and you're uncertain, you don't know where should I click. I will go and read again. That's how I had to force myself to learn. I'll watch the video again, I'll watch again, I'll come, okay, click here, I'll just be following the promptings and all of that. And where I couldn't get my CSE, I just sent an email immediately to your company and they responded. And here I am. So it's very, so this year is our year of money in Jesus' name. Udwak, we want to release you. Thank you so much and God bless you. Real good. You have enlightened us so much. And I'm sure that by December, I have women here who will say, oh, I started buying shares in April, December, this is where I am. And this is how much I have even made because I'm an active share business woman. And I'm active. Some of you that say you cannot sell rice. Oh, I don't know how to market. I don't know. Come and be marketing shares on your phone. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Yes, it's the truth because not everybody can trade. Oh, I don't know how to dance on Instagram. Don't bother dancing on Instagram to sell. Just on your app, if you have money, just in fact become a student of the stock exchange. That. Thank you so much and God bless you. Well, somebody say, what please do you know about
Okay, thank you.
yes, what's this? Do you know about cash trap stockbrokers? I don't understand this one. Udak, what's this?
Oh yeah,
I don't.
okay. Maybe just give me a few minutes. Let me handle that. That's a very sensitive. Yes, I'm going to let me handle it. That's a very sensitive part we should have also looked at. A few of those companies people bought shares in stockbroking firms may have closed down as of today. We can
Okay.
still, because those houses have closed, you cannot have access to your portfolio. Don't worry, the portfolio is not lost. That's why you have CSCS. CSCS is if the house is available or not available, there is somewhere there's some organization that warehouses everything. So for the likes of Cashcraft, the likes of Adonai stockbrokers, there are so many of them that are closed down. If you had shares in there, please, through the host, I've sent my email address too, and she has my number. Try and reach me. We can get those statements for you, and we can move those shares out of a house that has shut down to a house that is active. You can now start dealing with your shares. So your shares are not lost. It's just that it's somewhere in a house that they've locked the house and locked the chain. So you can't go in and pick them out. So, but we can move it out to an active house where you have access to them. You can continue buying and selling and doing your thing and having access to your portfolio. I hope I explained it the easiest way out.
Fantastic. I don't understand this question. Maybe Udak, you understand. How many times in a year does a company open its stock market for investors to buy and trade? I don't know.
Um, all stocks are tradable on the exchange daily. A company doesn't have to open once or twice. It is listed. Once it's listed, meaning that you can buy today and sell it tomorrow. So every company in Nigeria that is on the stock exchange is listed. The one that I talked about, MTN coming as listing by introduction, was because they brought in more units again to the public to sell.
Okay,
So
okay,
they have a certain quantity that they're already trading on, but they brought in extra, to sell. So every
okay.
company is not doesn't wait to list once or twice. You can buy any stock that is listed on the exchange any working day.
Fantastic. And I think, what time does the stock exchange open? I think it's 8 a.m., right? Daily. It opens 8 and
Yes.
closes by 2. 8 to 2. Yes.
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no,
So,
no. We close by 5. These
oh, by
registrars are
5.
closed by 2. Stockbroking
Okay, on
firms,
the app.
yes. Stockbroking firms by 4 or 5. If trading for trading purposes, if you want to buy or sell a stock, it is from 10 o'clock to 2:30. That is the trading hours. After that 2:30, the exchange closes. You can't trade again. But a stockbroking firm is open like 8 to 4 standard.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, it's when you're trading. Probably I'm using the Afri Investor app to trade. 2:30 trading ends.
Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
10 to 2:30. If you go
okay,
before 10, you won't be able to trade. So the market opens 10 o'clock, closes 2:30 for
okay.
trading purposes.
Wow, thank you so
Buy or
much. This,
sell.
yes, this honestly has been helpful, and we're grateful. We say thank you tonight, and it's a lot of opening of eyes, and the women are so excited. This is actually the first time I'm doing this in the inner circle, um, and I'm happy that we will share our testimonies and we'll let you know. Thank you so much. Let's release you tonight. It's 9 p.m. already. God bless you and have a fantastic night rest. Thank you so much, Udak. Please, what do we say to her? I want to see you say thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're truly grateful. Thank you so much. And
thank
good night.
you.
Yes, good night. Good night. Okay. Oh my God. This has been an amazing 1 hour. Please, was this enlightening for you? Was it enlightening for you? Was it really enlightening for you? Now, for someone who is here and you are thinking, oh, where do I start? Oh, where do I do this? Oh, listen to me. You can start. Wealth diversification in investment is something you start gradually. You have the one that you are saving money here. You have start investing small, small, gradually. So Timmy, if Timmy is still here, Timmy should create a group especially for those that want to learn about what is it called? Stock investment and all of that. I will ensure that we navigate the app. All of us are going to download the app in that group. I will invite her to see. She's a very busy person to see how she will come. I have downloaded the app. Do you get what I'm saying? So please, if Timmy is here, Timmy, listen to me. I'm sure by the time I get off this, you would have created the group so that everybody that wants to learn with one time. The other day, I bought Cadbury. Cadbury is how much? Is it 23 naira? Be how much? I had like 5,000 naira. I say this 5,000 naira now. If I lick ice cream, it will finish. I used it. I just went to my phone, I clicked it, and I bought the shares. And is it 23 naira? I need to check my phone. I don't know. I think there's a stock I bought. I think it was 23 naira. Let me even see. 20, I think it was 23 naira. I think I bought like, is it either 23 naira? I can't remember. I think it's 23 naira. So what I did was, yes, I think it was 23 naira. I now bought like, yes, it was 23 naira. I now bought like 200 units. 200 units share, 200 shares, and it's 4,600 naira. So you can imagine by the time you are buying 200 units, before you know, you have like 1,000 units of shares, 2,000 units of shares, 3,000 units of shares, 4,000 units of shares, 5,000 units of shares. In fact, inside that stock exchange group, this group, I'm going to post one video that I saw. You know, Cosmos Maduka, the CEO of Coscharis. Everybody should know Cosmos, the CEO of Coscharis. You know, he's actually one of the shareholders of one of the banks, major shareholders. The reason why he's one of the, no, not major shareholder, MD or something, is because he has big shares there. And he said he had a share, he bought only God, I don't know how many million shares or thousand shares he has in that company. And when he sold it, he said he made like 14 billion. I mean, how much in one day? So listen, and it's not today, he started buying shares. Most of these big people you see, they invest in shares. You know, they invest in shares. Somebody is asking, buy money and saving in the bank. Which bank? Bank doesn't put any. See, if you're putting any money in the bank, is because, except maybe you're putting it in maybe fixed deposit. How much? See, you need, see, with money, we need to settle down and understand money. You need to settle that. How many of you used to get debit alerts from Zenith Bank? That's one of the worst. I use it to, but you see those people, you know. And you know, Zenith Bank also, you know, one of the things I did, I went and bought shares with Zenith Bank because they cannot be collecting my money. I'll also be collecting from them too. Do you get what I'm saying? So the thing is that you're putting money in the bank. Is the money appreciating or depreciating? I don't advise anybody to carry all their money and put in shares. Me, what I started doing, I started buying small, small, 2,000, 3,000. That's what I started doing. Just be buying some money that I can easily forget. I'll just be putting it there. Except maybe I have time. I say, nah, I want to come and do stock trading business. Do you understand? I look at the share, like she said, she looked at MTN when MTN was 183 naira. Maybe she put like 500,000 naira there, buy how many units? Immediately MTN went to 250. Minus now, 183 naira. Let's calculate it. 250 naira minus 183. 67. So she made 67 naira on each share. So let's say she has, let's now do 67 naira. 67 naira. Let's say probably she has 10,000 shares. Let me say 10,000 shares. So we want to do 60, let's say 67 naira times 10,000. Somebody calculate it now. Times 10. That's 670,000 that somebody made. That's 670,000 naira that somebody made just sitting in her house. Do you understand? Just sitting in her house. You understand? Just sitting in her house. So what am I saying? Putting money in the bank, except when you're putting the money, you want to use it and invest somewhere, credible investment, or just say you just lock money there. No, me, I'm constantly looking for investment. I'm going to put my money. Do you understand? That's why last week I brought somebody from US to do land banking, buyback, land banking, where I invest. Some of them pay 25%, some of them pay 21%. You invest your money, and in 6 months or in 1 year, you get it with 25%, or some of them pay 14%. What is it called? Profit. It's better than just leaving it in the bank where they'll be deducting your money. Do you understand? Bank will be cutting your money. That's the thing now. They'll be cutting your money. So, so you get what I'm saying. So we have to. So I want everybody to be conscious of learning investment. Some of us are Christians. We speak in tongues, but we have not learned money. We need to learn money. We need to understand how money works. Do you understand? We need to understand how money works. And some of these investments, like even federal government bonds, I hope you know there are federal government bonds. Yeah, some of them are like 2 years. If you have money, so if you to go and put money in the bank, use it and go and give government. Government will never run away with your money. You know, understand? Government will, maybe some of them, the deal is not plenty, but it's better than just putting it inside the bank. You know, I didn't know these things before. I had to start schooling myself to understand it, because if you truly, truly want to be wealthy in this life, it cannot be hazy. You need to understand money and how it works. Do you understand? You need to grow the money. Thank you so much, all of you. It's been an amazing night. So please, Timmy, once you create it, post it there. those that want to learn all about stock broking, stock this thing, and that want to start buying immediately. I don't want people that will be there and oh, they'll be looking. If it is 1,000 naira, you're going to buy 1,000 naira share. You can easily discard 1,000. If it's 2,000, we are going to learn it in Jesus' name. Amen. Whew, thank you. I want to say thank you, all of you. Thank you tonight for coming. I have also learned a lot, and good night, all of you. Remember, I said you should go and write your testimonial for the first quarter. Let me know how it has been for you, the first 3 months being with me. Thank you so much, and good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. I know some people's head are breathing. They be like, Father, I have a lot of things to learn. Good night. Good night. A network wanted to disturb us, but we thank God. Thank you. Let me end this.